Pranav Dua Thakurta. In our favorite program, it's a matter of principle. With us is Dr. Mulchandani, the famous Dr. Thakur Mulchandani. Our host today is Ms. Sonika Agarwal. She would introduce Dr. Mulchandani and take the matter further. Over to you, Sonika.
Thank you so much, Pranavji. Good afternoon, everyone. And this is Sonika Agarwal from Universal Business School. And today we have a very special guest with us, Dr. Thakur S. Mulchandani, who is a school director and principal of Sunrise English Private School, Abu Dhabi. I really look forward to have a conversation with you, sir, today to understand the education and its impact in the society. So allow me to ask you a few questions and take this conversation forward.
Most welcome, madam. Most welcome. Nice meeting all of you. Thank you. Thank you to EDU TV for the invitation. Yeah. Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Thank you. Likewise, sir. So, sir, I would like to understand that what were the challenges that was faced by your school during the student assessment process?
The pandemic times, correct, madam?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now, see, one thing I would like to say, we have, taken this pandemic as a challenge. Every dark cloud has a silver lining. So when things started changing, on March 5th, 2020, when we knew that, the school doors would be closed for some time because of COVID and the prevailing pandemic, the assessment was called off in that year, the final exams, since we could not do much with it as it was, last minute hitch up. So we were asked to promote our children for that year. But as April 2020 came and, all CBSE schools across the world start the new academic session, we had a threefold strategy, one regarding teachers, one regarding students, and one regarding parents. We told our teachers very clearly, the school is there with you in every aspect. You will have full-fledged training happening for the online classes. Trust me, my teachers were 200% charged, and we gave them extensive training from all the areas, whether it was me, and not forgetting our Education Council, the Department of Education and Knowledge, which has given inbuilt, immense and tremendous training. Talking of the parents, the parents also were told that scores and grades do not matter. Ultimately, what matters is how children are, human, compassionate and empathetic. And there were a lot of orientation sessions for the parents as to how school will be handling the e-learning classes. And trust me, it has been 100% effective. Thirdly, talking about students, the center of attraction. I always tell my teachers that students are there, we are there. We are there for the students. Students are not there for us. Yeah. They have many other schools to look into Abu Dhabi. Besides me, there are 14 other schools. So what difference, what impact we can have in the lives of students ultimately matters. Marks and grades don't matter. And trust me, mine is the only school in Abu Dhabi, or I can say, I'm proud to say, even after 30 years, I do not take children on the basis of their merits and performance, whether it is grade 8 or 9 or 10 or 11 or 12 or any grades. The child comes, he or she has a formal interview, which is just, meet and greet session. And we have a written test, but I don't go by the scores, nor I go by the scores which the child has obtained in the previous grades. Now, coming to your big question, how we have handled assessment, yes. We did have assessments for children as per the CBSE norms, guidelines, policies, and procedures, the formative assessments and summative assessments. And we conducted it full-fledged, where we had the exams as per the marking scores, marking patterns. Our children have taken the assessment very seriously, sincerely, and to the core of the heart. And the assessments did happen over a period of time, the formative or the summative assessments. The assessments were well balanced. It was a formal exam as we were having before 2020 February. Children wrote sincerely, and we were having open houses online. The papers were corrected online. The papers were emailed by teachers to the students online. And we did have continuous regular assessments happening, AFLs, and assessment of learning, assessment for learning of the children on day-to-day basis. And our teachers have used the most modern techniques and tools which were given to them by the school authorities and by the education council. And I feel the assessment has been very reliable, it has been valid, and it has been trustworthy. And our children have really been doing well to the best of their abilities. And they have been doing it sincerely and, to the best of our, imaginations and the teaching skills.
Great, great. And thank you so much, sir, for sharing your experience. I'm sure it would have been a roller coaster ride, but then, of course, the way you led the entire process, it would have helped the entire school, including you, students, principal, parents, everybody. And even I take pride in saying that we at Universal Business School, we definitely do not recruit or admit students on the basis of their marks and grades, because gone are the days wherein ever marks and grades are of any importance, but then the other areas are much more important for anybody to to understand the candidate.
We should not forget, every child matters. Every child
Absolutely.
has the right to study, whether
Absolutely.
he's a slow learner, an average, or intelligent, or a child with special needs. Every child has a right to study in a world which stands so fragrant and so great, full of ideas, growth, opportunities. I feel we should give every child a chance to come forward. Not only the intelligent or the average, the below average, the the special needs children, and all those have a right to study. Yes.
Very thoughtful, sir. Very thoughtful. So, sir, now I would like to understand if you can throw some light on the importance of technology, and especially now in this era in the field of education.
I think technology has its manifold, impact. Our teachers have been using technology to the maximum. We have been seeing to that e-learning lessons have been given to the children. And while imparting e-learning lessons, we have seen to it that we are taking care of the well-being of the children, the health of the children. And at the same time, we are seeing that children are navigating through this time properly, purposefully, not getting exposed to the unwanted sides and, spots on the technology. Our teachers have been given inbuilt training of the Zoom. We are using Zoom platform for all our children. And I'm proud to tell you that our teachers have tapped every corner of Zoom so effectively, whether the breakaway classrooms or the inbuilt classrooms, or, dividing children into groups, involving them in discussions, having their, opinions all written and worded properly. And we gave an inbuilt training to our teachers. We gave an inbuilt training to our children. I mean, whatever the world says, children know more of technology more than us. So we did not have much to do, but we did a lot in that aspect. We even gave training to our parents, how children have to be given, a proper space and corner at home and proper time, and let them learn, at their own pace. So there was technological training. Our technology team, our IT team, our computer science teachers were all involved in this. And we created WhatsApp groups for all our teachers, for all our students across the school. And for every subject group, we gave a computer science teacher, so that teachers are guided, teachers are given training. And whatever doubts the other subject teachers have, English, math, science, Hindi, Arabic, USST, Islamic, there is a computer science teacher guiding them, taking care of them. And at no time our teachers are left aloof. The first 15 days were a little, hodgepodge, because I'm a very hyper person, who makes everybody run when things are different and things are new. But I keep smiling, I keep cheering them, although I know the dark clouds are hanging. But as I said, every dark cloud has a silver lining. And trust me, the technological impacts has been wonderful. We did not have any such issues. And to tell you something further, which I should not be boasting about my school, even we changed the timings where there were siblings, so we changed the timings of the classes for those children. We took special classes for those children in the evening, because there are people who have low income, they cannot afford gadgets. We are still doing that. Yeah. And with the help of our Education Council, the Department of Education and Knowledge, we have provided gadgets free of cost to more than 150 students right in April 2020. We did provide them this year also. We even tried to sponsor gadgets from our end, and there were organizations which were coming forward to help and give gadgets to our children. We have succeeded in giving electronic gadgets to almost 400 plus children who had issues of low income and all, although electronic gadgets are just 800 900 dirhams, which is roughly around 17 to 18,000 Indian rupees. But we went out of the way because we knew it's not live teaching, but it's online teaching. But trust me, our teachers stood up looking at the various e-learning platforms, e-learning resources, and they have seen that lessons are lively, interactive, and most important, they are student-centered. I always tell my teachers, children are not there to hear your chapper. They want to see what is life, what is lessons, what is their involvement, what is their experience. So teacher talk is 10% and 90% is student talk, interaction, discussions, presentations, deliberations, and you can say student-centered activities.
Absolutely. And very rightly it is said, sir, the right way to educate is to spread it. And you have proved it very right by offering or helping the needy ones. And that's the way to promote or to encourage or motivate any student. So really hats off to you and the teachers who have been the front warriors and to overcome that whatever the whole world went through. So I really appreciate you and teachers and everybody, every staff of your school, sir. So, sir, now I would like to understand that what were the practices that were adopted by you and your school in terms of balancing what was required? Because of course there have been challenges in the online classes. Students are not physically present in the school and in the classes for learnings. So how did you make sure that what was required was being given to the student in a right manner so that the learnings are not being hampered?
Something which I waited for very patiently. See, as I told you, I always tell my teachers, children are not there to hear your chapper. Chapper means talks, lectures, what we have been through in our school days. I mean, I'm almost 52 years. So when I studied, it was more of teacher talk and, there were no smart boards and computers, forget alone internet and all that. So our teachers try to make lessons very creative, very interesting, and they see to it that every child is involved in the classes.
Mm-hmm.
And trust me, I can tell you very proudly and closed eyes that we have incorporated a lot of activities, competitions, webinars, programs, workshops, and school collaborations in the last 2 years to see that children are learning beyond textbooks. Because finally, what you teach from the textbooks is not what children are looking for. As I said, children are
absolutely
savvy,
yeah.
They are smarter. So we have had collaborations with more than 53 schools in 53 countries in the last 2 years. In all the subjects which we teach in our schools, the CBSE subjects, plus the ministry subjects of Islamic, USST, and Arabic. So we have had collaborations where, children reach out, talk, present projects, do presentations, do demonstrations, do interactions. And trust me, it has been wonderful. We have had student seminars, student conferences, students workshops where students have come up with their ideas about the changes in technology, the impact of COVID, the impact it has had on their families, the impact it has had on the economies. And again, I really do not want to boast. In Abu Dhabi and Elaine, I spearhead all the principles of CBSE, where we have 22 CBSE schools. I convene the meetings, and it is not in the last 2 years, but in the last 7 years, right from 2015 till date, we have had teacher workshops on different subjects where every school, like my school is say in charge of English. I'm just giving an example for a particular year. So I organize a teacher forum. I present my best practices. The other schools are also presenting the best practices at the same time. It used to be a face-to-face event till 2020 February. Now it's an online event. So that is teachers forums. Then we have teachers competitions, which has been organized in all the CBSE schools. We have student competitions, trust me, which was a super duper success, and all the schools take part in that, the CBSE, the 22 schools of Abu Dhabi and Elaine. And we had students exchange program where students from one school visit to another school to see the best practices, the best systems, the best technologies. And we had so many such activities and competitions where our teachers, children, and students are involved. We had parents' activities, parents' competitions, where parents are visiting each other's schools for workshops, webinars, seminars, and interactive sessions. So this is how, we have gone well out of the box. And we do have, theme assemblies, which is common in all the schools, nothing new in Abu Dhabi. We had a lot of, you can say, webinars for the children and parents pertaining to science, technology, defense, and we give our children a variety of exposure through competitions and activities. Till date, this year, 630 competition and webinars and seminars and workshops. So in fact, 644 to be precise, as of yesterday afternoon, emails have been sent, and the participation in this is overwhelming and huge. And we are proud to say our children come forward in all these activities and competitions. Not only at our school level, as I told you, the initiative of all the principals of Abu Dhabi and Alain to come together and to conduct workshops and sessions. And we do organize workshops and sessions, especially for grade 10 and 12, in view of the changing assessment techniques and patterns. This has happened at the UAE level, where my school, 6 teachers from 10th and 7 teachers from grade 12 were the orienters and were the lead presenters. So that's how things are, and that's how we have been doing in our schools across.
The kudos and amazing is a word for all the activities that you have, or the opportunities or the doors that you have opened up for the students, and they must be feeling very lucky to be part of your school, I'm sure, because the immense learning that they are getting in their school level, which of course we all of that age been lagged behind. So absolutely amazing, sir. So now, since you spoke about the workshops and the career opportunities that you have made available to your students, so what are the different careers apart from medicine and engineering you feel that will definitely has high opportunities in the global market? So what would be your suggestion apart from these two lines you would like to give to students?
I think besides these two careers, something in the, in the world of entrepreneurship, global citizenship, global humans, diplomacy, and you can say, this is the word which I use, the Z generation. I call these set of children the Z generation. I'm sure these are the careers and prospects which will come up in the near future. And I'm sure both of you will agree, we are training and teaching our children for job opportunities which may not be existing now, but they will be existing 10 years later. So we need to upgrade, develop, nurture, and build the skills of our children. And again, I'm repeating, textbook is not all what matters. It's, the exposure to the different mediums, to the different means and different channels of communication, which matters. So the jobs which we are talking right now may not be prevalent 10 years from now. So this Z generation should be given a wild, and, a huge avenue of exposure to different fields so that their skills, talents, and potentials are tapped in the right direction. Because there are so many jobs which are not prevalent now, but will be prevalent 10 years from now. And I am not saying that thanks to the COVID, but COVID has really opened up the eyes. We had never heard of online education. And I don't know, I always call my tongue as black tongue. It was only on 25th February where somebody had invited me for a homeschooling webinar in Dubai, 25th of February 2020. And 1 week later, the schools were all closed, and all were cursing me. I said that webinar was just out of the picture. I never knew that COVID is, standing at the doors of the world, So we should, there are, IT is not everything. There are many other job opportunities where our children need to come forward, whether it's entrepreneurship and so many others. We need to tap the talents of our children in all these fields effectively and efficiently.
Very well said, sir. And allow me 30 seconds to talk about UBS. So similarly, even we follow the pattern. We have 80% practical learning for all our students. There is no classroom concept at UBS. So 80% is absolutely, we believe in learning by doing it and not helping. Or if I have to teach finance, marketing, HR operations to a student, it cannot be in the four walls of a classroom. It has to be practically given to a student to understand the organizational dynamics and the culture, and make them ready, future ready. As you rightly said, we have to train them for the next 40 to 50 years, because that is when they are going to perform in the industry and see the success. Otherwise they will just be struggling for a very mediocre level. I shouldn't say this, but then that's the saddest part of their careers, that they need to settle down somewhere. So absolutely, because I'm able to relate to what you are saying and what you are imparting to the students, and likewise, even we are trying to give back to the society. So really thankful for you for joining us today and talking to us, sir. So my last question, or last part of this conversation would be, what would be your message to passing out students of class 12th? What will be the life mantra that you would like to give them?
My life mantra to them is face the life, face the challenges. There is no word impossible in the dictionary. You may have challenges, you may have upheavals, but stand firm, be firm, and most important, look up at the faces of three people: your father, mother, and teachers who have stood by you so many years, especially the parents, in spite of all the financial constraints, difficulties, and problems. Never give up, be strong, be bold, face the world bravely. Your scores, marks, and percentages do not matter at all in the world. Finally, it matters how human, compassionate, and empathetic you are, how you are contributing to the growth and development of the world in a very big way. I always give them my own example that, my father never wanted me to be a teacher, but I still stood out to be a teacher. It was my dream in grade 3, when my teacher had told me, Master Thakur Mulchandani, you cannot be a teacher. I said, I will be a teacher one day. You have challenged my guts, my potentials, and my inner being. And I always tell our children, no, be what you want. It's not doctors, engineers, lawyers, and pilots, who make a difference. There are many other professions,
Yeah.
teaching community and the other community, which are creating a valuable and an all-round impact on society. So my message to these children will be: stand high, be firm, respect your parents, your father, mother, and your teachers who have been with you, especially your parents, at home, who stand by you, who do a lot of sacrifices for you, and see that you get the best in the world from all the situations. So this is my message, to all the children.
Very deep thought, sir. And in a daily life, we just forget those who are very, very important. So this is the message, this is the mantra that not only students, each one of us should be taking it from you today. So once again, thank you so much, sir, for taking your time out and speaking to us.
Thank you. It's been a pleasure and honor. I had a dream to be with EDU TV, and especially Mr. Goha, whom I really admire a lot. Mr. Pranav Goha. I admire him a lot. He's a versatile and a great speaker, and it's a dream come true.
Absolutely. Yes. Absolutely. Without a doubt. He's gem of a person.
Yes.
Dr. Thakur Mulchandani, I am really impressed that you did 630 seminars. That to the students. I think it must be a world record.
We do a lot, sir. We do a lot, sir. I have myself conducted 200 plus professional development sessions in the last 20 years. 200 plus officially, yeah. And unofficially, if you go to see the training sessions, which I give my teachers every year, I do at least 4 training sessions for my teachers. We have 35 hours of training free, which has to be given to teachers every year as per the Education Council rule. So we do a lot of workshops, webinars, seminars. And if you look at my calendar, people say sometimes, is he trying to show us a lesson plan of his 159 teachers? I say, no, this is my calendar of events. My January, February, March calendar alone is 11 pages, You can imagine the other months. Imagine March is the board exams and final exams, where the activities are 0. But we do have a lot. As I told you, we have collaborated with 53 schools, and we are going to collaborate with more 11 schools from February 3 to 28. And
Wow.
all international, all international. I mean, no doubt India is our base, but we collaborate with many schools, many, because that's how you learn the culture, the environment, the systems, and the thought process happening across the world.
So I can only imagine the quality of a student, after this immense learning and the opportunities that you are offering to them. Even the teachers, I mean, they must be feeling very fortunate to be part of the school and under your leadership, because I'm sure. I mean, with due respect to all the other schools and fraternity, but then I don't think that anybody would be offering this immense opportunity to anyone.
Definitely. We are always outpouring and outreaching, all our students and parents and the community at large. Yes.
I'm sure.
Yeah.
In fact, I think we Indians are so diverse, all three of us. We are Indians, but our food habits, language at home will be very different. Still, we are in such a beautiful country. And you know one thing, Sonika, why all Sindhis have got "ni" at the last in their surnames? You know?
They don't have.
Said Sindhis have a lot of money, so "ni" is there in the
Yeah. Yeah, ja and ni. So makhija, I mean, just an example, or ja and ni is very common among Sindhis.
And I think they can change the surnames after 5 generations. Am I right, Mr. Mulchandani, Dr. Mulchandani?
True. Very true. Very true. Very true. Very true. My daughter is a living example. She wanted to be a CA. I mean, my children are inspired by me. My father wanted me doing business, but I told you, I had a deep, thought of being a teacher. She is pursuing her CA, but then courtesy COVID, she could not stay alone in Mumbai. And once my father passed away in 2019, he was sick and ailing. She came here. Now she's into dancing, she's into counseling, and she's doing her MCOM. So my children are following my footsteps, and I'm highly, highly, highly unpredictable. My teachers tell me, next minute what gems or what surprises this man will throw, we don't know. So same way, my children are unpredictable like me, and I like children to be unpredictable, but let them lead a balanced and a happy life. I always believe that. Yes.
Thank you so much, Dr. Thakur Mulchandani.
Thank you.
Sunrise English Private School, Abu Dhabi, and our host, Ms. Sonika Agarwal, Zonal Manager, Universal Business School, Mumbai. And Dr. Thakur, I'm sure you must be going to Mumbai. There is an open invitation at Mumbai for lunch, dinner. And similarly, I am based in Delhi. There's a standing invitation for dinner or lunch out here. Would love to host you, sir. Thank you so much, sir.
Meet you all in July 2022. Thank you. It was an honor.
You're most welcome, sir. You're most welcome to India and Mumbai and to Delhi.
I am a Mumbaiker.
Okay.
Okay. Sir, did I mention that our business school is in Mumbai, Karjat?
Yes, I know that. Okay. I know that. Once Mr. Goa had sent the invitation, I Googled out, you're in Karjat. I know. Okay. It's a wonderful place, It's a wonderful hill station, you can say almost, Karjat.
Yeah.
It's a wonderful place.
So the campus is actually surrounded by the mountains, and we have 21 waterfalls falling onto the campus. So it's actually learning in the lap of nature and very far away from the hassle of the city.
I'll definitely visit your institute when I'm in Mumbai in July 22, because we have holidays in July, August.
Yes,
definitely.
You're most welcome, sir.
Sure. Yeah.
We would love to host you here.
Thank you. Honor meeting both of you. Thank you.
Good day. Likewise. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Good day.
Good day, sir.